Okay, so we have seen what is cross tabulation, what are stubs, what are banners. So now, why now the next question arises is when should you use cross tabulation? That's what the next question. So you typically use cross tabulation when you have categorical variables or data, categorical data. Example, information that can be divided into mutually exclusive groups. For example, a categorical variable could be a customer reviews by region. You divide this information into reviews per geographical areas, north, south, east, west, or it could be state, and then analyze the relationships between the data. Another example of when to use cross tabulation is with product surveys. You could ask a group of 50 people, do you like our products? And use cross tabulation. Once you get the survey result, use cross tabulation to get a more insightful answer rather than just recording the 50 responses. You can add another independent variable such as a gender and use cross tabulation to understand how the male and female respondents view your product. With this information, you might see that your female customers prefer your products more than your male customers. You can use these insights to improve your products for your male customers. As such, using two variables, gender and product likability, along with cross tabulation, you can get a more comprehensive breakdown of data sets to identify patterns, trends, or other useful information. So, as a result, cross tabulation is excellent for assessing categorical variables. I'm repeating again, as a result, cross tabulation is excellent for assessing categorical variables in market research or survey responses, as you can readily compare data sets to discover the relationship between two or more seemingly unrelated items. So now let's see other uses of cross tabulation. The first one is employee engagement and satisfaction. So you might want to assess how employees, both male and female, feel about their job roles currently. You could even conduct this research across departments and compare two or more variables to get a better understanding. Then exit interviews. Why are employees leaving and what could you do differently? Is there a correlation between employees leaving and progression? That's just for example. So is there a specific correlation between employees leaving and progression? So based on these problem statements, you can build on it. Then departments are issues caused by one or more variables, and if so, are these issues more prevalent at specific job levels? And evaluation surveys at schools. How do students feel about the course material, and is the time spent on the material is sufficient enough? To find out this kind of information, we can use a cross tabulation. And product research and feedback. How do certain demographics feel about your product? What would you like to see? And how does feedback differ from region to region? And what about customer satisfaction? So here we will use the product research and feedback. For this usage, we use cross tabulation that will give you the exact information. And similarly, policymakers and government officials, and how do certain demographics feel about your policy, feel about your schemes, feel about your party, and what would they like to see, and how does their feedback differ from one region to other region, and the pupil satisfaction. So these are the main uses of cross tabulation. So if you're ready to go beyond surveys and start listening to what your prospects and customers have to say, make sure you use your cross tabulation perfectly and take the leverage of cross tabulation.